So I was checking my Chase Bank app earlier this week and I scroll down and usually there is credit card offers that say I'm pre-approved for them, but they're credit cards that are really not that great. But when I scroll down on the banking app the other day, I had these offers. And these offers are much better than what I'm used to. So I was finally offered really good Chase credit cards with high credit limits, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea. So what I usually do when I'm not really sure about something is I just head over to ChatGPT. Today I am going to go through with you me having a real conversation in real time with ChatGPT to try and decide if one of these credit cards is good for me and if it's even a good idea to get a new credit card for this purpose. So let's get into it. So when you go into ChatGPT, all you need to do to start a conversation is press this little white button that has the lines in it, like a Spotify thing. So I'm going to click that and I'm going to start having a conversation. I'm going to give all the background and I'm going to send in that screenshot. So I finally got good credit card offers from Chase. I moved here about a year ago. So I had a credit score of 0 when I moved from Canada. And I didn't want any of their lower level cards because I already had a relationship with American Express and I have great American Express cards. Right now, I have the Amex Gold as well as the Delta Amex Gold card. So I finally got these offers, which I will send in the photo for you in a second. And I just wanted to see if it's a good idea to get one of these credit cards. Right now, I can't extend the credit limit on my Delta card because they rejected me last time because my credit utilization was too high, which was making my credit score too low. So I'm wondering if it's a good idea to take up one of these offers with Chase and get a new credit card.
Adding a new credit card can definitely help your credit utilization and overall credit score, especially if you get a higher limit. Once you send the offers over, you can take a look at what kind of benefits they have and see which one might be the best fit for you.
Okay, so then you can just end that voice chat if you want. I'm only ending it so that I can speak here and it doesn't interpret it as me speaking to it. But I'm just going to go in and I'm going to send in that screenshot. And it's going to take a second. It's going to think about it. It's not really going to say anything because I haven't given it any context apart from I'm just going to send in a photo. So, do you think this is a good idea to use up one of these offers? And do you think there's a better offer that you can see just from looking at the screenshot that I provided?
I think it really depends on what you're aiming for. If your main goal is to get a higher credit limit to help with your credit utilization, the Sapphire cards definitely offer a bigger credit line. The Sapphire Preferred gives you a nice sign up bonus with points and a lower annual fee than the Reserve. But if you're just looking for something simple with no annual fee, the Freedom Unlimited is a solid. If you need any more help deciding or have any other questions, just let me know. Good luck with whichever card you choose.
Okay, so basically, ChatGPT and AI generally gives you super neutral answers on things. So it's really not going to be decisive and be like, this is the card that you should get. And even if it did that, I would be quite weary of it because at the end of the day, it's still just like a little machine and it's only using the information that it has available. So really, I need it as a sounding board more than a decision maker for me. So it gave me these three options and it's like, here's what you need to do if this is your priority. But I'm still really not sure. To go back and summarize those three offers that I have, there is the Freedom Unlimited card, which gives me a $9,000 credit limit with a $200 sign up bonus, no annual fee, and 3% cash back. The Sapphire Preferred with a $13,000 limit, points and travel credit bonuses, and a $95 annual fee. And you use those travel points to book travel and Chase. Or the Sapphire Reserve, which is a $13,000 limit, more points, and a huge $500 travel credit for signing up, but it's a $759 fee because you get access to lounges and those travel points as well. I have these three really great offers, and ChatGPT has basically been super neutral of like, this one could be good for this, and this one could be good for that. So I need to ask more questions and dive in and be a little more specific with what I'm looking for so that I can actually get something conclusive and form an opinion based on the conversation that I'm having here. So you're right in saying that the thing that I'm prioritizing is increased credit space. I'm not sure if I want to pay an annual fee. The first thing that comes to mind is that right now I'm really loyal to using Amex travel points. I'm really comfortable with their system, and that's what I've been using for years and years. But if Chase travel points are considered better or more opportunistic than Amex points or Delta miles, I would consider switching. Is there a general consensus around what travel card is better for people who like to travel a lot and use those cards? Because I'm comfortable switching if it's a better option.
The choice between Amex and Chase really comes down to personal preference and how you like to use your points. Amex membership rewards points tend to be really flexible and have a lot of great transfer partners, especially for international travel. Chase Ultimate Rewards points are also super valuable and have some exclusive transfer partners like United and Hyatt. If you're open to trying something new, Chase Coins can definitely give you a lot of value, especially if you want to explore their ecosystem. But if you love Amex and you're comfortable with it, Sticking with what you know and love is totally fine.
Okay, so it basically just said that there's really not that much difference because if there was really an overwhelming consensus on the internet or somewhere that Chase points were amazing and Amex points are just fine, they would have said that. But instead, they just said something super neutral that didn't really say anything. So the next thing I think I'm a little interested in is the lounges. So, what about the lounges? Does it give me opportunities to go in anytime, anywhere? And do I get the lounges if I'm on both Sapphire cards or just the higher one?
So the lounge access is actually a perk specific to the Sapphire Reserve. With the Reserve card, you get a Priority Pass membership, which gives you access to a huge network of lounges worldwide. The Sapphire Preferred, on the other hand, doesn't include lounge access. So if lounges are something you'd like to have, then the Reserve would be the way to go.
So the difference in fees between those two Sapphire cards is huge. One is 95 and one is $759. So is the only major difference on those cards the lounge access?
Lounge access is definitely one of the big perks of the Sapphire Reserve, but it also offers a few other premium benefits. For example, it has a $300 annual travel credit that can offset the fee, higher earning rates on travel and dining, and some additional travel protections and insurance. So if you travel a lot and can take advantage of those perks, the higher fee might be worth it. But if not, Sapphire Preferred is still a really solid card at a much lower fee.
So basically, the only benefit here is using the lounges and then getting a few more travel credits. I think when I take some time and think about it, probably won't use lounges that much, despite the fact that I do travel. I typically am running in and running out of the airport. I don't really give myself a lot of extra time to sit around. So I'm not sure that that's a huge benefit to me. Getting additional travel credits is interesting, but I think I'm pretty loyal to my American Express card and pretty comfortable with my spending on there. So I'm not sure if I would switch providers. So I don't think any of these things are going to be that valuable to me. And I think just not paying an annual fee is what I want to go with, despite the fact that it does sound like Chase is really offering me something that's a very endearing offer that could potentially get me to spend money on an annual fee with them. But at the end of the day, I think I'm just going to take what I can with the increased credit limit and not have to pay an annual fee and just get cash back because I don't really want to spend on the card. I think the choice I'm going to make is to get the Freedom Unlimited card. And that is really all it takes to try and decide on a credit card with somebody who is a sounding board for you on it, but won't sway you one way or the other. And that's why I like to use ChatGPT for these things. So that's it. That's how I use AI to try and figure out small issues that I have with my finances. So I was presented these awesome offers to potentially get a new credit card. And I went into ChatGPT and step one, I provided background. Step two, I told it what I'm solving for. Step three, I gave it all the information that I had. Step four, I went into specifics. I asked about lounges, points, travel credits, whatever. And step five, I picked a card. I didn't need AI to do it, but it allowed me to make the decision, be a little more informed, and ultimately end up with something that will probably make me happier in the long run.